Have you ever noticed how the mind keeps whispering to you even in silence? Even when you sit still, even when the world outside is calm, something inside refuses to rest. Thoughts chase each other endlessly, pulling you from one corner of memory to another, from fear to desire, from worry to imagination. It is as if the mind has a life of its own. But what if I told you that centuries ago, a Zen master revealed a secret about the mind through a strange and unforgettable lesson? A lesson that begins not with silence, but with a monkey. One day, a troubled man went to see the master. His face was heavy, his eyes restless, his steps nervous, as if he had been running not on the ground but inside his head. He bowed and said, "Master, my mind is disturbed. It never stays still. Thoughts chase me day and night. Please give me a mantra, a secret word that will silence my thoughts." The master looked at him carefully. His voice was calm, like still water. "My friend," he said, "begin to meditate. Sit every day, close your eyes, breathe, and allow meditation to calm your mind. Slowly, the storm will settle." But the man shook his head in frustration. "Do not ask me to meditate. I have tried. And the more I try, the more thoughts come. Not gentle thoughts, but negative ones. I feel darker, heavier, restless. Meditation only makes it worse. Please, I beg you, give me a mantra." The master said nothing for a while. He understood the man's struggle. He could see that words alone would not reach him. Finally, he leaned closer, as if about to share a dangerous secret. He whispered a mantra in the man's ear, a sacred sound known only to him, and said, "Chant this every day in silence. But remember, never think of a monkey while reciting it. If you do, the mantra will lose its power." The man blinked in surprise. "A monkey? Why would I think of a monkey? I never do. That will not be a problem." He smiled, bowed in gratitude, and left happily. At last, he had a solution. That evening, with excitement in his heart, he sat alone in his room. He closed his eyes and began to chant. But just as he started, the words of the master echoed in his mind. "Do not think of a monkey." Suddenly, an image appeared. A monkey sitting cross-legged staring at him. He shook his head and pushed the thought away, but another monkey jumped in. He tried harder to ignore them, but the more he resisted, the more monkeys appeared. They filled the room, crowding his mind, mocking his efforts. Frustrated, he stopped, bathed, changed his clothes, and returned with new determination. He lit a lamp, sat again, and began to chant. But the moment his lips moved, the monkeys returned, more playful, more stubborn. They danced, they laughed, they pulled at his thoughts. By nightfall, he was exhausted, yet the monkeys would not leave. He looked at his family members, and even their faces seemed to turn into monkeys. His home, his mind, his very breath was invaded. By dawn, he was nearly mad. Desperate and broken, he ran back to the master. Breathless, he cried out, "Master, what have you done? Until yesterday I had never thought about monkeys, but now they have taken over my mind. I cannot escape them, not even for a second. Please, help me. Free me from this torment." The master listened with compassion. He placed his hand gently on the man's shoulder and said, "Sit down. Stop chanting. Stop resisting. Do nothing." The man sat. For the first time since yesterday, he let go. He did not chant. He did not fight. He simply sat. And slowly, something miraculous happened. The monkeys vanished. His mind grew still, like a pond when the wind stops blowing. The master then spoke softly. "Do you see? This is the nature of the mind. The harder you fight it, the stronger it becomes. Just as a spring jumps higher when pressed, thoughts multiply when you try to suppress them. When you resist, you give them power. But when you simply observe them, without clinging, without fear, they lose their hold. They pass, like clouds drifting in the sky." The man listened, his heart lighter, yet his curiosity still alive. Why had the master chosen monkeys? Why not any other animal? The master seemed to sense his question. He said, "The mind is like a monkey, always restless, always jumping from one branch to another, never satisfied, never still. And the more you try to chain it, the louder it screams. But when you stop fighting, when you only watch, the monkey tires itself out and settles." The man lowered his eyes in realization. The mantra had never been the solution. The monkeys had never been the problem. The real lesson was hidden in the struggle itself. The master continued, "Many people say meditation brings more thoughts, but that is only because the old garbage hidden in the mind begins to rise. Just as cleaning a house first reveals all the dust, meditation reveals what was always inside you. Do not be afraid of it. Watch it, let it rise, let it pass. In time, the garbage clears, and the house becomes clean. Then silence comes naturally, like dawn after a long night." The man finally understood. Peace was not found in running away from thoughts, nor in forcing them to disappear. Peace was found in watching them, in letting them come and go, without becoming their prisoner. And so the story closes where it began, with a restless man seeking freedom from his own mind. But the question remains for you. When the monkeys of thought invade your mind, what will you do? Will you fight them, feed them with resistance, and let them multiply? Or will you sit still, observe, and allow them to fade on their own? Because the secret is this: freedom does not come by silencing the mind. It comes by no longer being disturbed by its noise. The noise continues, but you are free. And in that freedom lies a silence deeper than any thought.